Welcome to the SoundBridge YouTube channel. My name is Marco, and in this video I would like to show you some possible examples of round-robin features in the SoundBridge sampler. Round-robin sampling is a technique where multiple variations of the same sound are triggered in a rotation. Instead of hearing exactly the same sample hit every time, you cycle through different recordings, giving your music a more human, organic feel. Ever heard of the machine gun effect? That's when a repeated sample sounds too identical, like a drum machine gone wild. Round Robin solves this by adding a subtle variation, just like a real drummer would. Now, I want to show you how we can use the Round Robin to enrich our tracks. So I will add one MIDI instance, I will name it synth. I will create an empty MIDI block, I will select, open it, click on the sampler, and I will load one of these synth samples that I have prepared. I will create a short MIDI instance. I will loop it and I will extend this loop. It sounds pretty generic. Maybe I can try to add a reverb and a delay. I will add an instance of a delay. And I will set it to be synced, so we can match it with our BPM. And I will select 1/8 dot. It sounds a bit better, but the lifelessness and the artificial feel are still here. I will now load other iterations of the same synth sound where it changes its sound slightly. Select, go to the sampler, just drag and drop them inside. Now by default we are in a single sample mode, but if I click it, I have enabled the round robin functionality. By this cube selected, we actually turned on the random cycling mode, which means that every time we press the note, we will trigger a random sample that we loaded in a sampler. By pressing once again, we are turning on the forward cycling option, which means every time the note is pressed, the next sample will be played. By selecting the backward cycling mode, they're gonna play in the opposite direction. And by clicking once again, we have the forward-backward cycling mode when they're gonna go in one direction and then go back. And random cycling is going to play a random sample that we loaded. Now that sounds much better. I opted for more variations in the synth sound to make it sound engaging. The best thing about this random round robin method is that the synth will most likely always sound a tiny bit different on every pass of the repeating sequence. I will now use the same randomization method on some percussions and add more ear candy to this example song. Now I will create one more instance and I will call it perc as a percussion. I will create an empty MIDI block. I will select it, click on the sample down here, backwards and load a certain percussion samples that I have prepared. I will just select all of them and drag and drop them inside of the sampler. And again, I can select the round cycling. I will create a short MIDI instance. I will expand the loop and I will select once again. I can copy the reverb and a delay from the previous, select the channel, just paste it. And if I loop it and extend it, let's play it from the beginning. And that will be all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like. See you in the next video. Bye.